the end of the school term is winding down. You're going to be studying more for finals, and you've got projects that are due, and you have no time to prepare something or even to go out to get a healthy bite to eat. So you're going to be doing more snacking or grazing than the standard 3 meals a day. What can you get either in a vending machine or just a quick run to the supermarket to have on hand to give you some nutrition, keep your energy level up? All right, well, generally speaking, when we're under a little bit more stress and the stress hormones are high, we like to have something that we can like chew, sink our teeth into. So think of things that are more crunchy, things that have higher texture. And typically those could be different variety of nuts and seeds. You can buy them in a can like this, that way it's in a small size, you can just take it with you in its original container. Or if you want to get maybe more dollar savings by buying a larger portion in bulk and just put those in Ziploc bags in smaller portions. Any type of nut or seed is going to be a rich source of vitamins and minerals. Simple peanut has like 18 different vitamins and minerals. Now the problem with nuts and seeds is that yes, it does have fat. It's the heart healthy fat. It's going to be, generally speaking, higher in unsaturated fat than saturated fat, but it is going to carry calories, and if you're getting them roasted and salted, it can be high in sodium and actually just increase your appetite, where you're going to need to stop and have another food break in about an hour, and that's going to take time away from your studying. So my recommendation is any products that you get for your meals or your snacks, really try to focus on the ones that are going to be lower in sodium. Here I've got some labels of different chips, maybe things that you might find in the vending machine or if you make a quick run to Subway or other sandwich shop. We've got your standard type Doritos, we've got the Sun Chips, which are multigrain, and then you've got your pita chips. What you're going to do first is look at the ingredient list, and you're going to flip it over to the back. And you want to make sure to avoid things that say high fructose corn syrup or hydrogenated oils. Those modified fats and sugars are not good for your health, and they're likely going to make you gain weight or just increase your appetite. So when I'm perusing this, when I go down to the bottom, middle, about the third or fourth line down, this says partially hydrogenated soybean oil. So I'm not going to choose this one. I'm going to put that back. All right. Now when I look at these next two, between the Sun Chips and the pita chips, when I look at the ingredients, this one has regular sunflower oil, and the other one also has regular oil. And then when I look at the type of other like added flavorings, there's nothing in there that says high fructose corn syrup. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the nutrition facts label, and I'm going to look for saturated fat, I'm going to look for sodium, and I'm going to look for fiber. And I'm not going to worry about the grams or milligrams. I'm going to use the percentage of daily value as my really quick guide. 5% or less is a low source of that nutrient, where 20% or more is high. So first I'm going to do is look at saturated fat. Saturated fat here on the pita chips is 4%. That is a low source. If I come over here to the Sun Chips, 7%. 7% is still closer to 5 than to 20. That's still considered a lower source for saturated fat. Now I'm going to look to sodium. The pita chips are 17%. That is a little bit on the high side. If I look at the Sun Chips, the sodium is 10%. That's closer to 5 than to 20. So in terms of sodium, the Sun Chips are going to be better. Now, if I look for dietary fiber, pita chips are 12%, and the Sun Chips, 13%. So technically, both of these are going to be good choices to get as a quick snack. Maybe the Sun Chips being a little bit higher nutritional value. I believe you can generally find these in a vending machine, well, unless they're all out, but I think it's offered. Also, too, what you're eating these chips with can increase the nutritional value. So, for example, Sun Chips, I can have this with bean dip, or I can have this with salsa. Pita chips, I can have this with hummus, I can have this with bean dip, I can also have this with salsa or guacamole, either one. And those dips are going to be higher in fiber and offer a variety of colors. For your snack, granola bars. I think there's different products, different brands, different offerings. You can get the ones that are chewy, the ones that are crunchy, the ones that have nuts or not. Really, it's going to be up to your personal preference, as long as they're a decent source of fiber and they're lower in saturated fat and lower in sodium. Generally speaking, they should be, but still you're going to have to look at the nutrition facts. And you can have these granola bars with a yogurt cup, or a drinkable yogurt actually, and that will give you two different food groups for your snack. And dairy products also offer protein in addition to carbohydrate. Want to make sure your dairy products are lower in fat. And 2% is actually not low fat, that's called reduced fat. So you're looking for something that is 1% milk fat or less. Other products that you can have that are be pretty quick, you can make a trail mix with different types of cereals. And generally I recommend that you get 2 different types of cereals to make your trail mix. I like to get something that's multi-brand. Other choices might be things that have low-fat granola, okay, or higher protein, higher fiber cereals. The idea is to have, 1 or 2 handfuls of each type of cereal, put that into your big Ziploc bag. Then you're going to want to have some protein in there as well, so you're going to use 1 or 2 different kinds of nuts or seeds. You could do sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, you can do almonds, you can do walnuts, pecans, the choice is yours. If you're like, hey, I don't like nuts, leave them out, that's fine. And then the other food group that you want would be dried fruit, actually. And so there's a variety of things you could use. You could have raisins. They come in the normal kind, and they come in the ones that are golden. They look more yellow. You could also do like dried cranberries. They actually come in a variety of flavors with an orange flavor or a cherry flavor. When you go into that aisle in the supermarket, they're going to also have, they'll have like a tropical mix that might have mango and pineapple in it. You can get all just different kinds, dried apricots, whatever you want. So you're going to have cereal, you're going to have nuts and or seeds, and you're going to have dried fruit. In your energy mix or your trail mix, that's going to give you 3 different food groups, including protein and colors. That's going to make a great snack. And that's going to be healthier for you to snack on than just regular old potato chips. But also, I want to mention, don't underestimate the power of sleep. I know sleep is probably a luxury when you're studying for finals, but you're really better off getting that cat nap where you can have a good hour nap, or maybe going to bed a little bit earlier and getting up much earlier to do your studying, because when you're under a lot of stress, cortisol, which is a stress hormone, goes very high. That's actually going to increase your appetite, specifically for things that are high in calories, high in fat, high in sugar. You're like, oh man, I'm craving some hot wings, or I really want some pizza, or I could eat a whole tub of ice cream right now. Generally that's because of the stress hormones. But if you'll take some breaks, whether it's a stretch break, do some deep breathing exercises, or take just a little bit of a nap, that's going to bring that hormone levels back down to where appetite's just not totally out of control. Last thing I want to mention is caffeine. A lot of times students will really drink coffee or soda or those energy drinks for trying to stay alert while they're studying. The problem with this is it puts your body in overdrive. It's very stressful to the body, particularly the pancreas, and the pancreas is what is going to secrete insulin, which manages blood sugar. When blood sugar spikes, then the body is going to have to secrete more of the insulin, which tells the body whatever's consumed, just store it as fat. Because everything you eat ultimately is going to turn to blood sugar, so it can be transported to either, for storage or to be used. And the body's going to say, okay, take that, store it as fat. So when we're under stress and we're having a lot of caffeine and we're having a lot of sugar, a lot of calories, we're going to tend to gain just a little bit of weight. Because I hope these tips will help you be more successful during studying, and also make sure that you get the nutrients that you need. And I wish you success. Thanks. Bye-bye.